Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Safidi kitwaya etimimpo eshow botomi ebwa ma uhunu sugar level abribia. Wana wo diabetes anayarea hodwa emma sugar level. Esote wo brano no. Safidi ebe bo nka ye baby bia wo bia no wada won so akohu doctor ntem. Na wo dry bitimi ma blood sugar no aye pepepe. With Green Select blood glucose monitoring system, you get your test results in 5 seconds. And you 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Na ne boaso de Call Costless Ventures now on 0205-915-315 or Green Select Glucometer. The best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Zylofon 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say that people would want to hear this, they want to see this, we piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Zylofon FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodu Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Zylofon FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you are not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We're out.
In the studio, Eddie Sedo has joined us, Selassie, Kwajopo Yao, and Kweku Duya Prempe, aka KD. They are our guys for the day for the industry project. The industry project tackles the issues in the industry, where we call the real people to talk about the issues on board. Today, the gentlemen here are screenwriters, or better still, you can call them scriptwriters. I don't know if there is a difference in there. Big man, what's your name? And you can help us to understand. Is there a difference between screenwriting and scriptwriting?
My name is KD.
Oh, you are KD. Yeah. Good. Is there any difference between screenwriting and scriptwriting?
I think basically it's the same, but the names have just changed.
Okay, so it is the name. So when we say someone is a screenwriter, we can also say the person is a scriptwriter as well.
And the difference, one difference is that screenwriters write movies, they write for films for the screen.
Okay.
And scriptwriters probably cut across board, so you can be a screenwriter.
Theater production, yes, and all. I see. Let me find out from my other guys if they also have the same answer. So that was Kwekudia, right? Yeah. And who is Eddie Sedo? Okay, Eddie. Okay. Senior man. Okay, Eddie, you can also give us your understanding. Screenwriting, scriptwriting, are they the same, or there is something we should know here?
Well, obviously, script is a broader classification of anything that is a literary material that you're putting out there. It's a script.
Okay.
But screenwriting is limited to motion pictures.
Oh, I see. Yes. I see. And I don't know if Selassie can also give us any understanding from the screenwriting and scriptwriting. They've said it all. Okay, thank you. So let's still on you, Selassie. For how long have you been doing this screenwriting or scriptwriting job?
I've been.
Please get closer to your mic so I hear you.
I've been writing for about 5 to 6 years now.
5 to 6 years. That is like your 100% profession.
Yeah, that's my 100% profession.
Oh, see. So are there some projects out, some movies out that you can tell us, oh, Selassie, I wrote this, I did this?
Yeah, I've written a number of projects.
Okay.
Notably, YOLO Season 5.
Oh, okay.
Strikes series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the most notable ones.
And which one is difficult? Because I know when it comes to the series, you need some longer duration to do this in terms of even showing it. For a movie, maybe you can do about 60 or 90 minutes. Which one is difficult?
Between writing a series and
writing a full-length movie. You can still get closer to your mic. Even if this is disturbing, you can take it off as well. If it is disturbing, you can take it up so we hear you well.
Well, for something you know how to do, I don't think you can say either of them is difficult. They are both on the same way. So far as you have your storyline and you know what you're about, it's good.
Because what I know is for a full-length movie, you can do about 90 minutes, but for the series, a longer duration. Sometimes some of the series can span for maybe some 6 months.
So that's basically about the time frame of writing.
Okay.
But not in terms of difficulty. It's just about the time frame of writing. You spend more time writing the series than you do with the movie.
I see. Now, as a scriptwriter, you wrote YOLO, yeah?
Yeah.
YOLO series. When writing, did you see characters? Or when you guys are writing, do you see characters even in your scripts?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so in YOLO, did you see Medical's wife, Fela McAfee, and all the and all the other characters?
Yes.
So you decided, or you suggested that we call such people for the script? Did you suggest that we call such people for the script, or the owner, the one you wrote for, suggested, okay, this person will fit, this person will fit, this person will fit?
Well, yeah, you do it in collaboration with you do the casting in collaboration with the director. The director would, after looking through the scripts, would look at the pool of talents that they have, and then they will look at it and then look at how the story is based on your ideas. Okay, I think this person will be good for this role. So let's look at how.
I know there are different seasons for the YOLO. Which of the seasons did you write?
Season 5.
Season 5. Okay, that's the very new one.
I was here did 1 to 4.
Oh, okay. That is perfect. Are you guys paid well as script writers in Ghana? Don't mind Kofi. Celestia, we are not hearing you in your mic. I beg you.
Kofi said very well.
No. I did not ask Kofi. I asked you, Selassie.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, Eddie, maybe Selassie is running away from that question.
Oh, I think paid well is relative. It's relative to the production or the producer. If you're able to negotiate your way well and the product has potential, I'm sure you would be satisfied with your earnings. I mean, of course, we can't always be satisfied, but marginally, it's not that bad.
Okay, so let me really say what I mean by you guys whether you guys are paid well. So for instance, every person who has a product will put a price tag on it. I want to sell this at say 800 Ghana cedis. Is that what the people you write for, is that what they pay, or they will bargain to say 200 Ghana cedis? Meanwhile, you had your price tag of 800 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, obviously so. It's a market situation. So you would have to. It's a market situation. So. Obviously, you would have to come to terms with what budgets they have on the ground, and sometimes you realize that it's under your budgets, but you've got to make do with the situation. So if it's a series, for instance, you know that at least you have a volume of work to do, and it's not bad. I should say it's not bad generally from my experience. Yeah.
And in your case, is that the only job you do? Is that the only profession you have, or you have other things supporting you?
Well, I'm in the media spectrum, obviously, so I do some advertising, I do marketing communications, and then, of course, I do the movie making as well, script writing, producing, directing. So, for me, it's the whole 9 yards.
Oh, I see. That is perfect. It means you have other sources of revenue. So, even if that one is small, another one will come in. That's right. Surface to make it work. I see. Now, in Ghana, as a script writer in Ghana, what do you think is the taste of Ghanaian movie lovers?
Oh, I thought Kofi will answer this actually.
No, Kofi will talk.
Kofi is about for this because we have a gambler. I mean, wherever my instinct takes me, I write it. I mean, so I shoot to kill. If I kill some, that's fine. If I don't kill, well, I live.
So over the years, which of your scripts have been doing the kill?
For me, I think it started with Things We Do for Love, and LNG too. Also.
Wait. Yeah. I'm sure I was a teenager then. So you wrote Things We Do for Love?
Yes.
Wow, Charlie, congratulations. You're a good guy. I see. So let's go through it.
Yeah. Things We Do for Love, and LNG also came. It wasn't bad either. And then XO. and then YOLO followed that. Those, I mean, these were all practically these were good hits. Yes, these were good hits. So these are some of the works that I can mention.
And they were more of love stories, love based.
Yes, youthful exuberance, love, love oriented, youthful themes.
So you can say that in Ghana, when you write youthful themes or love themes, you are likely to sell.
I would say I'd go for the youth as opposed to the love, because we have a young population, full of young people. So targeting them, it makes market sense. It makes good market value.
Okay.
So for me, I think that's why I've been more oriented towards that area. But obviously, some of the producers would want more adult themes like love, or the sort of telenovelas that we see. I mean, love sells anywhere in any market anyway. So yes, you can't go wrong. It doesn't mean that you don't. Any product you put out there, it depends on the quality of the output, the final output. Obviously,
when you watch maybe other movies or other works, maybe series, at what point do you say that this is a good script?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I look out for characterization and dialogue. Yes, for me that's what makes the difference. The characterization and dialogue, how the characters have been set out, how they are unique in their own ways, and then obviously the dialogue. I have a tradition of creating very iconic characters who will stand out, and it's a deliberate thing. It has to be a deliberate thing for every script writer. You have to have at least 2, 3, 4 characters who are iconic and can hold the plot and can hold the audience. That's one of the things that I have set out to do in most of my production. So I see a good script from the characters and the dialogue. Yes, because as for the plot, really it's the director and editor's game when it comes to the plot. Sometimes
could there be a case where the scriptwriter has done his job, but maybe in casting they did not get the people who would really deliver what has been scripted?
Well, it happens, but I've been lucky enough to be involved in a casting right from the get-go, so I've not had that problematic. I mean, I've had that situation, too often. I've been mostly involved in the producing and casting as well, in terms of the characters. So I haven't had that problem yet.
Okay, let me move on to my gentleman here, KD. KD, who would you consider as a scriptwriter? Who can qualify as a scriptwriter?
Well, first and foremost, you should have an understanding of what script means, because some people have ideas when it comes to creating stories, but putting those stories on paper is a different ball game. When it comes to scripting too, it has its own structures. Like when you are composing music, you have to move from A, B, C, the certain rhythmic pattern to it. When it comes to script too, it has its own features that you have to stick to it. You should understand the formatting. You should understand the characters that you are creating. At times you may have the best of ideas in the world, but putting it on paper becomes like chaff. So a good scriptwriter knows about all those things involved. Then, like Eddie was saying, creating the best of characters, how to write the best of scripts. Because the normal conversation that I may be having with you, when it comes to creating a script, it may be different. Because here's a situation whereby you are creating like hundreds, or even if you are even creating like 2 characters, they are different from me or you. It's a character. So how do you define that character? What dialogue will you give to that character? Where will you situate that character? What is the goal of that character? What does the person stand to achieve?
Good.
What is the person's objective?
Good.
So if you understand all those elements, that is when you can really say that, okay, I'm writing a script.
Okay.
Because people have a lot of ideas. When you look at some movies, that nice story, but it turns out that it doesn't go well because the script probably has certain flaws.
Yeah, sometimes we hear it, Charlie, the story was nice, but acting was some way.
So as a writer, you should understand that it's not just putting words or characters on paper. You have to follow a certain structure to make sure that it follows a certain order.
I see. Now, with the kind of job you guys do you always have to be on set? Because yes, you wrote the dialogues, you wrote this. Do you always have to be on set to make sure the guys are delivering, they are bringing into picture what you put on paper?
It's not the time that probably you have to be on set, because it's the director's job to interpret the script. like Eddie said, if you are lucky enough to have a producer or director who thinks from the pre-production stage, you should be part of the whole process. Then it's cool. Probably you may even have to factor it in how you negotiate. That I want to be part and ensure that when it comes to the casting, or the right people are selected to play this key part for me.
Okay.
That cool. But at times it is best, because for the scriptwriter to have a certain conversation with the director to ensure that it comes to life. That's not all the time that a scriptwriter you see yourself or you have to be on location. It's the best. Because at times too, on location too, you may have to edit certain parts of the script. At times when you are in a room dreaming and writing certain things, they are different. When it comes to
location where they have to deliver.
At times too, probably before you go on set and go and shoot, the director may invite you when it comes to the location hunting or recce. You build a castle, whatever. You go there, you don't have a castle. The director too may not be a scriptwriter. So that scriptwriter, you may have to even come and even,
do some one or two quick changes.
Why the script writing stage, there are different drafts. Some people, like the experts, may write like one draft and feel like, yeah, I'm okay. But it has process, some people can even write like 10 drafts before they go on location and go and shoot. So it has its own ways how things work.
What are some of the works you've done out there, so that people may be listening to us can say, oh, this is what KD has done?
Well, when it comes to you asked a question about the monetary aspect of the script. Let me come to that. Before I went to film school, I was so passionate about film, about writing, but I went to do directing at NAFTI. Then later, when I came, I completed school, I felt like there is not really a bigger space for scriptwriters, because the attention or the monetary value that to be placed on a director or a producer or an actor is not really there for a scriptwriter.
Okay.
So I decided to expand my tentacles. So I went to television, doing TV series. So apart from a series that I wrote myself called Trotro, it was shown on Versa some time ago.
Okay.
I wrote to somebody.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of television productions and short films for festivals and other stuff.
Okay.
So my target audience, my market is not really in the country. It's outside. But when it comes to television production, I've done a lot, and I do write scripts for television stuff. And
so how can we trade some of your works outside? Since you said your market really is not in Ghana, it is understandable. Maybe they are paying well. What are some of your works you've done out there? Because now online we can trace, so we give you the credit you deserve.
No, okay. What I'm trying to say is some of my works has been bought by producers, but they are in
they have not been produced.
Yes.
Okay.
But some of the short films are some that I've sent to festivals, and some are also in the process of being submitted to other festivals. But when it comes to the television production, I've been behind productions like Talented Case, Ghana's Most Beautiful.
Wow. Dietrich.
Yeah.
Dietrich?
I'm part of the team for Dietrich, but I don't script for Dietrich.
I see. So there is a discussion outside that Dietrich is scripted. Is that true?
Dietrich is a reality show. It's not scripted. The structure is scripted. We have a structure. The funny thing is, the development of Dietrich has started with Eddie. Eddie said before he left. So he may even testify to the fact that it's not scripted, it's a reality show. It's just like producing Ghana's Most Beautiful.
Okay.
The difference is Most Beautiful, you have to script some of the things the ladies will come and talk about. When it comes to other reality shows, you script what the presenters will say, what some of the ladies will come and present. But with Dietrich, you can't script it.
I see.
You just cast the people as they are, put them there, and you just come in.
I see. The voice of Kwaku Dua Prempeh, aka KD. This is the industry project here on Zylofon FM, Showbiz Agenda. Today we are looking at screenwriting or script writing, and we have some wonderful gentlemen here helping us to get answers to your questions. Eddie Sedo is here, Selassie Kwajo Yao is also here, and Kwaku Dua Prempeh, aka KD is here. Let me go back to Selassie and ask that, is any script writer a good director?
any script writers could be good directors.
Script writers could be good.
But it's not every script writer who can be a director.
So yourself, do you direct? Are you a director?
Yeah, I direct. I studied directing at NFC actually.
Okay. I'm asking because the guy wrote the story. He wrote what should be delivered. So on set, why can't he direct that? No, you did not say it the way, or you did not deliver it the way I wanted you to deliver it.
Well, it has to do with separation of powers. You know, in every aspect, we have how would I put it? We have everybody had the role that they have to play in the filmmaking industry.
Okay.
It's just like radio and television. The producer can put together the show. He can be the one to host the show.
To present it.
Yes, so that's how it is.
So when you go on set and the director is not interpreting your script well, what do you do as a script writer?
Well, fortunately for me, I've never been in that situation before.
What did he say?
Actually, there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
No, at all.
The script I watch, there's nothing you can do.
You'll bet to me until be about the director about Casa or Panovefa.
I think I agree.
You
can just discuss with the
director.
This is how I feel it should be.
That's why initially I asked KD whether as a script writer you always have to be on set. You have to be on location where the final job is being done.
You don't necessarily have to be on set all the time.
You don't necessarily have to be there.
The director is the manager of the set. He has the final say on set. So he has the powers there. And the script writer, you don't really have to be on set.
I see. So even if it is not going the way you wanted, you still be there watching him because he has the final say.
Well, like you said, it will be based on if you are invited. In the first place, if you are invited to be on set or if you request to be on set. But that one is just like the same way you will not expect that whilst you are writing, the director will be on your truth and be like, write it this way, write it this way. The same way you can't go and be on set and be telling the director that it should be directed this way.
I see. Now, because of your profession as a script writer, I know there are some movies where they allow actors to do the acting without scripts. What do you think about that?
Well, it's about style. It's about choice. It's about choice. I prefer to write everything, including the mannerism of the actors.
Including their mannerism?
Yes, including their mannerism. Whatever they will do. Because you are telling a story. And that action has to be in line with what it has. It has an effect on the story. Do you get it? So but there are some people who just prefer that. Okay, let's let the actors do what they want to do. Yeah, it depends on. It's the choice of the producer.
I see. Let me come to Eddie Sedo. Ask the same question as in those who would want to do what we might call the extempo. They don't have any script. They just narrate. Okay, at this stage, we want you to go in, tell the presenter that he has to end the program. Go act it. And the scripting where you follow word to word. Which one is preferable for your industry?
Oh, preferably I would go for the scripting because you see. The interesting thing is that even some of these live shows that we love, they are all scripted. You see a presenter on stage at an Apollo Theater or Grammy Awards, everything is scripted, even stand-up comedians. So preferably, I would go for scripted material. It does not mean that the other one is undervalued. It doesn't mean that the extempo one is undervalued. It also has its pros and cons, especially in our culture where there's diversity of languages and all that. People are able to understand their languages better, they're able to act out in their languages better, which turns out even more advantageous because it's a cultural thing. So that's why sometimes some of these films, they come out and people appreciate the comedy, the entertainment from those that, were unscripted because that's who we are as a people, basically. Yes, and that already brings an argument of English versus local. We're not English people. We have our own language. So obviously when you once you do it in English, it's not 100% original. That's why sometimes people fault the acting and stuff like that. No matter how good the script is, if the actors are not up to scratch, if they are not that good, then you're going to see shortcomings, and you say, well, this is not a good film, or the people, they didn't do well. But on the contrary, you look at the local, in the local context, you see them acting so naturally. So yes, they both have their pros and cons, I should say. Yeah.
In the production process, which of these two would you place a higher value on, the script or the actor?
Well, the script or the actor. It's teamwork. I mean, it's teamwork, and these are all different parts of a complicated system that come together to make a final excellent product. And in the value chain, they are all very important. But I'll tell you one Hollywood quote: the secret of a good movie there are three secrets. One, a good script. Two, a good script. Three, a good script. It's a popular saying. Yes.
Therefore, you've answered my question. You've answered my question. So you are indirectly telling me that the script is more important than the actor.
From my research, because I'll tell you what, the script can make the actor, not the other way around. The actor can't make the script, but the script can make the actor. There are nobodies that we've seen on set who have become somebodies, So, that's where I'm placing my value. Yes.
So your value is going straight to the script.
Within the context of your question.
KD, let me ask you the same way. Who would you place much value on, the actor or the script?
I would say the script.
Of course, you have to save your career.
At times when it comes to script or the work of a scriptwriter, I tend to allude you to the story of creation. They say in the beginning God created the heaven and earth. The earth was bleak, formless, and whatever created man. It's just like the writing process.
Okay.
Before you write, your mind is blank. Your laptop or your paper, everything is blank. Then you start creating. So you create what? You create a universe. What universe are you creating? So before I will come to the question about the character and everything. So you create a universe. At what? Where is the action taking place? Is it the sea, the land, the moon? Where? In your room? And what time of day is the action taking place? So like the way God created the universe is the same way a scriptwriter works.
Okay.
And God created what? The animals, then the human beings. There may be a situation whereby probably the script is animation.
Okay.
You don't need human characters. You just need the voice.
Okay.
To come and voice over the certain characters for you. At that point in time, do you place value on that particular person? You don't see the face. You just know you just hear the voice.
There is a voice.
So at every point in time, is the scriptwriter who dictates the pace, who creates a certain universe before the human beings or whatever come and inhabit that universe. You may not even need human beings. You need animals too as characters there. At every point in time, you are the god there. Before a lighting man will come and put light here, I want this particular mood. Is the scriptwriter who has in his own wisdom or the way they
created that
story,
mood,
put everything there. Adam and Eve, God created them. So you, the scriptwriter, you wanted Adam and Eve to do something in the Garden of Eden. You may not even need them. The conflict and everything that comes there.
Yes, is the scriptwriter.
Without the scriptwriter, all those things will be blank.
Are you guys respected in the ecosystem? Highly respected.
Let me answer you this way. Like I said earlier on, when a movie, a good movie comes out, you say, oh, Charlie, this picture is good. The director is dope. But when there's a problem with the story, you say, story baby. The scriptwriter was sound. I remember Kofi Samuel's case where people were saying Kofi has stolen some scriptures. People
Korea, South Africa. Okay.
People were really talking about. They were not talking about the perfection of the movie, the actors, the direction. They were talking about story. But people forget that when it comes to the payment or the respect, people were not talking about it. So when it is not really good, that is where the recognition comes. But when it is good, that is when I have loads of scripts. At times, producers approach me, directors approach me. Oh, KD, we want this, like, somebody, I want this type, this genre of film. Can you give us? But when it comes to the monetary aspect, you say, oh, Charlie, I don't have something else, so can you? But the person who would love to pay a cameraman each day, but the blueprint that the producer or director will use to make money, the person will feel like, no, Charlie, you know how the system is. But that system doesn't apply to the other aspect of production. It only applies to script writing. And people feel like when it comes to script writing, it is so easy. Oh, I have a story. Can you do something for me? You know, that at times that is the way they say.
That's how they start the conversation.
Together for me, you know, you put something together and the thing is not good. You get on location, and instead of spending like a day or two to shoot, you end up spending 10 days because you keep on making changes. So as for the respect, it is probably when you are scripting and directing, that is where the respect comes. But when you are just scripting and you are not adding any 28, the credit goes to other people, and you, as the scriptwriter, every time
I see
the value is
Eddie, so same question to you. Are you guys really respected in this ecosystem?
I'll tell you what, it's not even our ecosystem. Even in the US, I know that there are constant fights between writers and directors. Sometimes some of these fights, some of their stories are even novels. Some actually even come from authors of novels fighting with the directors. That's not how I wrote my book. So, for instance, if you're watching The Godfather, there was a book, The Godfather, before the movie itself.
Okay.
And sometimes the authors tend to pick on the directors. No, that's not the story. You didn't tell it the right way. But anyway, back to the respectability thing. There was a fight between a director and a writer, and this is how the fight ended. The writer asked the director, "Where were you when the pages were blank?" That was the end of the fight. And he ended it right.
Where were you when the page was blank? I see. But did someone wants to know why you left TV3?
Oh,
no.
Move on. I mean, we move on in life. We're always looking for bigger challenges, great opportunities. So if you've done your bit, you move on. Somebody else to take over, and you try and do something else. That you've been aspiring to. Yeah. So
it was just a move on in life.
Yeah.
And nothing is.
I've always been moving on. Yes.
Yeah, I know professionals. They always move on. Yeah. Okay, Selassie, yes. We are still talking about whether you guys are giving your due in terms of respect in this ecosystem.
Well, the fact that people think they can.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
The fact that people think they can come up with stories. There's a difference between, anybody can come up with a story, but it's not everybody who can sit down and write. And actually, it's not just about sitting down and writing the story. It's about the act of writing it as a film. Because there are a lot of films that you watch, and it's like you're just watching nice pictures. There's no emotion. There's nothing. You just see nice people. You see nice characters, and there's nothing. So nothing has been done. So I feel, yes, just like they rightly said, the respect is not that much there as compared to other people in the industry, like the directors and the actors. But without the writers, you can't.
There's no movie
no script. And without a script, there's no movie. And without, like he gave an example, if there's no good script, you struggle on set. Like how he gave an example of people struggling for 10 days instead of using 1 or 2 days to shoot. So the respect is not there. People still do not get the value of
the script writer.
Yeah.
I see. All right, so Forio has sent me this message. Sammy, in this part of our world, script writers are mostly not needed. But out there, which is the international project or Hollywood and other platforms, the script writer or script writing or script writer is always on the set. All right. Kofi, come through.
For real, questions I didn't say a script writer is always on the set.
Forio has been.
Now, I said professional screenwriter there. The quantum of the work is pre-production. Now on location, we trust in on for real. He no questions I don't know.
Forio is a pro. Please stop that. Pro in so many ways. Okay, Kofi, so be on the mic and let me ask why you guys are not placing value on them.
Value in the place.
Yeah, but they are the engine. They are the engine of the production.
I think that script writers or screenwriting is a fundamental part of screenwriting. In fact, that is where
fundamental part of production. You mean
of filmmaking? And me personally, I think they are hard to find. They're a gem. What I say, to find a good screenwriter, it is not easy. And for somebody like me, I am not a writer.
Have you worked with any of them here?
Yes, I've actually worked with Mr. I've done business with both of them.
Who are the both?
I haven't. Sedo and
Selassie. Okay.
When I say I've done business with them, I've engaged them before.
And you used business because you paid them well. That's what you want.
No. I use business. I use business because the conversations we've had has not materialized on screen yet. That's why I'm
okay.
Yeah. And the reason what I was saying is they are hard to find in the sense that to find after the scriptwriter is just like other departments in filmmaking. There are people who feel that they are talented or brofo into script. There are people who feel that.
But just one of my questions that should every scriptwriter be someone who really understands the Queen language?
Of course, because that's the major form of comedy. How are you going to write it? You're writing a script in English. It's not just English. In whichever language you are writing it, you must be a master at it. Because last time he didn't do it. Or script no matter. Whatever, like, if you're writing the script, you have a script that I say to LPM a script.
Yeah.
What I say?
Yeah.
The actual now a script. In this any panel control say bet you too. Kululu nkwa over cancer. What I say? You must be a master of the language in which the script is being written.
Okay.
But the mechanism say sometimes you see, you need specialization. When somebody is specialized or trying to specialize or be to be like a force in a certain genre or in a certain style, they attack one way, But when you go to Hollywood, you see a suspenseful film, trailers, names can come up. You pay comedy, names of directors can come up. Say drama, romance,
action,
names. Directors' names can come up, will come up. What I say? It's the same thing with screenwriting. When I was in film school, I remember there was a day they asked us to go and to select some films for appreciation, and they just give you the genre, and you realize that you can have like 8 films and it's the same director. I was saying classics, like comedy classics. I realized that the directors were like, it's the same director doing
the comedy classics.
What I say? Yeah, specialize it. But I think one thing that is difficult to find, maybe they exist. Like Eddie said something. Obi or TV, or no, when I see this film, this content, I know if you watch Things You Do for Love, and he mentioned it, deliberately creating iconic characters. It runs through all his work. You hear from who's a character be standing out or characters be standing out. That's and a car iconic no kana. Or here Things You Do for Love, Ajitanan was iconic. Send your Ben and send your Bibi Dadaba Dolu Fiero.
So all those fine details are written by the scriptwriter.
Yes, but the execution on screen, what will make you like it on screen is the director's job, because he can do a very good job. The director will ruin the script. A lot of directors kill the dreams of.
So why don't they go to the set to make sure that the director is delivering my script well?
No, the reason. Okay, let me unprofessional or unofficially, it can be very heartbreaking to be on the set to see that your vision, because at the end of the day, film is the director's vision, is the director's job, is the director's, I can't say baby. What I say is the director's dream. And do you get it? And if you don't have a professional screenwriter, it will turn into a fight. That's where I've experienced situations where screenwriters will gang up with actors and say that we man trying to how the screenwriter maybe you've not experienced, but I've experienced plenty. Then the screenwriter will go and gang up with somebody and say, this one I didn't even say it like that. But at the end of the day, it's like script, and improvisation is also a part of filmmaking, the process. So sometimes, I don't know who mentioned that, sometimes when you come on set, ideas come, you realize that sometimes even TV series, you'll be watching, you realize that the next episode or the next season, I will do this based on what you have seen. Okay. Like you're able to assess your own work. In the script writing, but you see, for somebody like me, I love to make comedy. Apart from the fact that it's commercially viable now, and apart from the fact that it works pretty much for me, I love comedy. I am. If I want to be known for anything when I die, that's comedy.
Comedy productions, yeah.
What you say? That is what I want. That is the tag I want. Say, if there are people looking for people to direct a comedy movie, I want my name to come first. Do you get it? But over here, people even fear to accept a niche for themselves. And so when somebody writes me a comedy script, but it takes a lot for me to laugh at something. And usually the things that I laugh at may not be things that everybody else would. Right. And so when I'm directing a film, I don't only do things that will make me laugh as a director. So sometimes a screenwriter will write something, but I try and get into the screenwriter's mind. I try and put myself out of that league. Maybe socially or per my social status or exposure, certain things may not be funny for me. Or certain statement may not be, I may not find certain statement funny. But my dream, right, I know say, I just want to trust the reasoner or the trusser. They make a matter because there are a lot of productions sometimes after the execution, you realize that when I did Amachi in the Day, the guy Eugene Edu who wrote Amachi in the Day. That's believe you me, I didn't like the script. So when he brought it, it's not like I didn't like it. I had a lot of corrections. Yeah. So when you brought it, I actually did another draft. Few days to production, I was just sitting there. I said, "Let me read the script for like the 8th time." Because I read the thing, and I called the team and I said, "Stop what you are printing. Go and print it.
Let's go with this.
Let's shoot what the boy has written, back to back, no omissions." And it was a blockbuster.
Wow.
Because when I read it the last time, I took myself out like
I shouldn't read it as Kofi someone the critic.
Yes, it wasn't for me. So and I was
read it with an open mind.
Now I was reading it as an audience, like a viewer, reading, understanding, and I realized that the story had all the elements you can think of. Like there was a goal, there was an obstacle, there was this, that, like everything was there. But when I was reading, I was just looking out for what's funny situations, funny moments.
And you were not finding them.
I was not finding them. I was looking at but. And I learned a lot through that, and that was a writer. That was his work. That he taught me a lot in that script. He wasn't on the set, but I'm sure when you saw the final work, he would be proud to hear somebody say something that you thought of and wrote down. It's a very good feeling. But I'm pleading with them also, screenwriters here, that them won't hang.
But you want to.
You mean they charge too much, eh?
No, they don't charge too much.
Don't you write? You write yourself.
So why are you saying they're gonna?
Don't you write?
I'm not a writer. Yourself. I can write, but I'm not a writer.
Yeah.
And as I'm writing time, I don't have that time. To say about me doing so what I know to do is idea, concept, story. Sometimes, and for good writers, sometimes I have ideas to cry and shut down yet concrete. When they worked in here, the first thing I said, and because I'm trying to gather ideas for my next project, I said I want to do a film, a certain. I've told you this before many times. I want to do a certain type of film. That's what I'm led to do. Like maybe seen in the instinct, like.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. All right. I mentioned to them, I may not come and say, okay, story and start and you say, and but I can give you a general idea. Be about a film about software. Fake pastors. You think about something and also I don't dare. So I'm begging them. Sometimes when we can, should be flexible because industry, and I will be a question. Be actors in the script, where the value and somebody said, I think it's this man that the money or however we treat the actor and the into me peda and the into me peda because director Jumanko sound man. And you be a prayer said super boom of pretest. The Jumanco. By Yankase Bia and Tisse, the banner and infant free film cry. Say UTA, what they have from 9 to you can say 12 to 12. Obiso, our buy or your Facebook. Omeka about 8 o'clock. Obapon, just say in your breath upon. But Yankasa mechanic chower hanty on this cancha brass and on this cancha a manager for our everything. Nowhere. Nuchuga. On this cancha Nuchuga because Nuchuga by a Duma 8 to 5. Way by a Duma 8 to to 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Yanyansa, Ubia Brofo. It is the mamma compare actor Mkrabitian say, Opo Babas. I know script writers when they are dealing with you, they will mention things like you make money, you make a lot of money, you have money, because yes, indeed, of course, we will make money, but look at the other element of production. Where other monies are going. And these are some of the factors. You see, sometimes when we are growing certain cultures, making it easy for people or directors, filmmakers to use the service of writers, it takes time to build it gradually. But the moment a screenwriter will come and compare, we'll cry man say, and our person will say, but they forget that you pay staff, you pay for equipment, you pay for production, utility, you pay like cost factors not a dozen. But he has I know a scriptwriter who can tell me that give me what 45% of the budget of the film or say 25% of the budget of the film to write a script. It is as important. Maybe in other jurisdictions they may deserve it. But look at the size of our industry. Now we do 25% script.
Thank you. Sammy Rasta, get your mic quickly come through.
Great discussion.
I know.
Really enjoyed.
I know. But a guy has a question, or maybe Sedo, you would answer that for me. One I see do Ronan Akotwogu. Roland, you are not used to modern technology. Don't mind them. Yes, one Asiedu Keteke also. Yes, Asiedu Keteke. He said, who makes the film? The director or the writer? So you guys would answer that question for me, then we close.
I mean, I think in our space, in the industry, because our concentration is not on scripts, or most of our filmmakers issue two movie with only the actors, the stars in their mind. And to find a good script writer, and yes, something that is a priority to most of the production houses. Just to say, oh, I can get Jackie Appiah, Yusu John, and those people will sell the movie. And that is the big problem you're facing in the industry. We don't search for good scripts before production. We only think of stars to market our movie. And only one of the key things are Ebubeka say the script writers are not like Kofi or say omunya available.
I say they are hard to find. They are hard to find.
They are there. It's something that we priority in our
more for premium to
yes, entina Ebubeka say they are high. They are there, Kofi who free enough to buy unim say Kofi baby script writing.
Minimum mine he reached that. Mine is recommended. Mine that minimum. Where are you going to find them? Eugene, somebody brought him to me or so he reached that. The one who wrote a match minimum what I say they are there.
Okay.
The fact that will be a free film.
Let's save time.
Script writing just
just who answer on me come say you want to yes, a movie on something, and now you are not even thinking of the stars are audio because you are a good filmmaker.
You are thinking about the script.
Don't limit it to because you are a good filmmaker.
You started thinking about a script writer.
Searching for the script, but the problem in the industry is say most of our production houses they don't do that. Almost think of the stars on person Juma no answer. And sana Oma Baba dream story until me person de way you moving person the way that is the whole thing. Until ama most of them no ain't me even so me a script writer because and one other thing is most of our directors too wants to write for themselves. I'm not saying it's a bad
that's why I asked whether a script writer can also be a good director.
You can. You can. But the attorney say most of our directors feel say they can write. And I recently something happened. I had a deal to submit script, which KD is one of the people I may submit to script to Iroko TV. Before that, the person I'm in contact aji for 5 scripts are submitted, and they almost cancel all the script because even the formatting of the scripts in the plan they don't know, but they say they are script writers. 5 scripts to Iroko mutani down until I presented KD scripts, which they selected one. And you know, like
Sikanaba. Okay.
It's you know, Sammy, I think sir, it's time said the industry will start searching for
good script writers.
And the good scripts always come from the good
script writers, yeah.
Because that is the root of whatever you want to do.
Perfect. Thank you. Nana, you ready to come through? Yes. Thank you, Sammy Rasta. Thank you, Sammy Rasta, for giving your seat to Nana already. Yes, Nana. Question, contribution.
Okay, me I think Sammy any go fast. Amaka be brave. The real conversation here is, I think that in our sector, it's more of commercial driven than maybe the work itself.
Okay.
Because most of the very good script that you find on television, that you watch a movie, the movie will not be as loud as a movie that is around maybe love or sex. So I think that most people in the film industry probably are working with certain script writers who write in that line, commercial. What would the people like? No, but like, because Sammy point was directed toward the fact that certain filmmakers look out for certain characters before they approach. Yes, part, which I think is not wrong. Which maybe any of them here could testify and say, yeah, people have even approached them with certain characters in mind before So I think that we shouldn't say the industry, is not doing well because we lead with certain characters. It's normal. We have to make commerciality. I want to end by saying that they are like the technical part of the filmmaking.
Okay.
So it's very difficult, like if you were saying, to put your hand on a very good script writer. Unlike them, maybe a director could probably touch a movie and the movie will blow and the director becomes a hero. Everybody wants to work with the director. Hardly do people refer the people who wrote the script and say that this was written by Asimesi A, Asimesi B, Asimesi 2, try and also work with him. The person can't end credit in a movie. The person can't end credit. So if a director becomes a hero by working with his work, he should be the one to push him to serve as a referral marketing for him, so that people can approach him. And I know one guy who writes. He doesn't take more than 2 jobs in a year. I know one person. He doesn't take more than because he says that. And people say he sometimes you might have to find certain language running through your movies if you are always writing it. That's it's not any unique BM. In a year, who deliver the name is always better, and he works on like foreign
productions. I see.
So I want to encourage. I saw some people commenting say they have ideas for script writing. A certain young boy told me that he has an idea for script writing, and he sent me a script. Now what kind of script now? We give him So Charlie, we encourage you guys to keep doing what you do.
Okay.
And hopefully, Charlie, we all make it someday.
Thank you. Roland, come close. What's he saying?
Your story be me probe man atra man say me fan to Johannes will bet me atra.
Nanya omo na ewa hai.
Say me who obi so owa. Wo mu do betro.
Okay, material. O person here open something say obi a what talent. Or talent now betimi or script writer no.
Yes. And yes, script writer say story, me story no. Me probe your trust. You have to, I don't know how to say. No idea, but my problem my story say the year say no course say no but say the NDC.
Idea be. But ochna ba no abeka.
Ochna na me kan say.
Dabi suspense ochna.
Ya person me chen say.
Ochna. Dabi ochna.
And that the end say my story about occult. Some your occult film. Sikadru power. power play film.
Okay.
It will be our story idea. Be a blue na question why ye na Salano. And I say
on Famra.
I saw for false prophets.
Okay.
Story.
Roland Yempon time was in Pacho.
Bankofika say to find good script writers a rare will Chrome has it. And I want to say sometimes the premium, the way I did premium to amount for eduman so expertise would make us see them more because we are giving ears and attention to some of these musicians, producers, which is why we are seeing them more in the system.
Okay.
Because we don't give them that attention, that kind of attention. It is because we don't give them that kind of attention. People feel say, oh, okay, probably sa venture we crash me komua. Appreciate him. That is why you will see most of these movie directors even doing music videos now.
Okay.
What I say, music videos, because I share that the movie industry. No, which is the reason why. I like the conversation. It is very very educative.
Okay.
Big ups to Zylofon.
All right, thank you so much, Eddie. I wanted you to answer that question for me, so we close. Our time is up. I think we've even done some time beyond it. I see Eduketeke who says the writer or the director who makes the film.
Oh, that's like asking who won the league for Inter Milan, Lukaku or Antonio Conte. It's teamwork.
It's teamwork.
Yes.
But that question is valid though. The question you thought or you are thinking is not valid.
Actually,
who won the match?
The director who makes the film. The writer writes the director's vision. Do you understand? So the director is the. Let's even assume that the idea is from the writer and everything. It is the director who runs the engine.
That's why they say it's his film.
Do you understand? Because
film.
Okay, a film by
personalized. Yes.
Because a bad director will ruin a good script. A good director will make a bad script.
So in every movie, the director makes it.
Yes.
Okay.
Final.
Guys, your final statement, Selassie. Our time is up. Please talk to your mic.
I wanted to touch on something Kofi said earlier about Kakrana. The script writers will take. Actually, you see, script writing takes time. He knows that, right? And if you want to take time to write a script, you can't do any other thing aside that. You want someone to concentrate on the script and focus on it. And come Dinipakrona, how would the person be able to is it am I going to finish the script? You're going to give me, like, during the time I'm writing the script, what am I feeding on? After the script, what you've given me, is it enough to sustain me till I get the next job? Because I have not taken any job aside that, and I can't have a day job and say, okay, I have a script to write, so let me go and leave, write this thing, come back and take the kakra that will give me, and then come back. You can't do that. So they have to place value on the writing. So that when the writers,
how can someone contact you for a job? How can someone contact you for a job? How can someone contact you for a job, Selassie?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Selassie Yao.
Selassie Yao.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to share your contact?
026 497 8832.
026 497
8832.
Okay. Yes, Sedi, how about you? How can someone contact you for a job?
My email address.
Okay.
eddisedo@gmail.com.
eddisedo@gmail.com.
Yes.
Eddie is
EDDIE. SEDDOH.
Okay, at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, KD, how about you? How would someone find you for a job?
My number, through my number, 0265
Okay.
781
Okay.
886.
Okay.
Or you can get in touch with me on Facebook.
Okay. Nice one. Is there something you want to say finally?
Okay, what I've started is
briefly
organizing a workshop every quarterly for aspiring script writers. So I'll put it up there. When the time comes.
No problem. When time is.
Other thing is know about script writing. We are starting Ghana's Most Beautiful audition this month, so we are rolling out the.
Okay. Oh, so you work with TV3 even now?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So what would you say finally as we wrap up?
Big ups to Zylofon for this conversation. We need more of these actually.
Thank you.
To be able to turn things around in the industry.
We will do more today. I'm sure our time beat us a little bit. Our first interview came late.